Any tips for bench press? Yeah, put on muscle. Man, I wish people would understand that. If you want a big bench press, you got to put on some muscle, guys. And that doesn't happen overnight. And he says his technique and setup feels off and awkward, struggling to find the sweet spot for both. Would upping the frequency doing first set less benches, supplemental work on overhead press a day help? It might, but dude, you got to build muscle. You got your upper back. Listen, I've told this story a million times. The first time I saw George Halbert, everyone knows who George Halbert is. I was walking towards him. He was facing me, and he had recently just benched at the Arnold. He did 683 at 198. George was very muscular, but it wasn't freaky muscular. Okay. He didn't look like a bodybuilder or anything like that. And then I was walking, George turned to the side and I was like, oh, that makes sense. He's got a huge chest, but his upper back and lats were about the same distance and thickness as his pecs. So, instead of having a big chest and like a normal back, his back was like this. It was comically large. And I knew at that point, man, I got to up my game. So listen, you can do all the bench pressing you want. If that makes you feel like you're doing something, that's fine. But you got to get stronger in your assistance lifts. You have to start upping your upper back work, your rows. George would do a ton of rows and anything for your lats and upper back. Maybe for you, the FSL stuff would work, but I think you need to put on some more muscle. You need to develop the upper back and lats so it's a huge supporting structure. And obviously your arms and forearms will come into play too. That's one thing I wish I would have done more of was forearm, curls, anything with fat bar, stuff like that. I think that's a huge part too. Listen, obviously technique's important, guys, but you got to put on some muscle mass if you want to get stronger. Stop trying to weasel your way and physics your way out of being weak. You got to get brutally strong. Put on some muscle, learn how to build some tension, and you're going to get stronger.